Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome po sa ating viewers for tonight. For those of you who are here for our numerical reasoning number 5 review, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. May I request lahat po ng nandito ngayon to please share your location in our chat space para naman po alam natin kung hanggang saan ang naaabot ng ating review for numerical reasoning for tonight. So this review is mainly for our civil service examination review. However, if you're going to review for the licensure examination for teachers, similar din naman po yung item. So don't worry at pwede pa rin po naman ang review na ito sa inyo if you're taking the licensure examination for teachers. Ayan. So as we are getting closer and closer to our exam date, ano po? I hope that at some point we are getting better at our skills, honing our skills, specifically on numerical reasoning. As we know, this is one of the more challenging topics, subtopics in your civil service examination, not because mahirap yung mathematics, but more because we are sometimes out of practice, right? So kailangan na naman natin ng practice and more skilled and correct practice. Yun po yung kailangan natin in order for us to do well in numerical reasoning. So for those of you who are new here, I am Coach Faye and I am a mathematics teacher in one of the state universities here in the Philippines. And I have been a part of Gurongpinoy for quite some time now. And I've been reviewing for civil service examination for Gurongpinoy for quite some time. At nag-review din po ako dito for my licensure examination for teachers. So Gurongpinoy po yung tumulong sa akin in order for me to pass my licensure examination for teachers. Ayan. So keep on sharing your location, please, so we know how far our review is able to reach, right? Ayan po. So please prepare your scratch paper, your pencils, and as much as possible, try to have that comportment as if you are already taking the examination. So parang yung setup ninyo as much as possible, although you are facing your laptops or other devices perhaps, but try to use a blank piece of paper, parang like your bond paper, a space, and then your pencil, and then try to sit as if you are taking the examination. Because once you are practicing that, you are also trying to hone, or you're also trying to put your mindset as if you are already taking the examination, right? So ayan. Gentle reminder, bawal po yung calculators for our examination. Ayan po. So, please practice without na. Ayan. So, we have here from Zamboanga, from Sipalay. Also from Rizal. And then one of our first commanders from Tuguegarao, Marawi. Wow. Ilocos Norte. NCR, Quezon, Iloilo. Agusan, Bislig, Albay, Metro Manila. Pakishare din po ng ating link doon sa mga kilala nating kukuha rin ng examination para naman po kahit paano makatulong rin tayo sa ating mga kasama, sa ating mga kaibigan. Paki-like na rin po, follow and subscribe yung group natin dito sa Facebook and in our YouTube pages para naman po and subscribe po para updated kayo whenever we have reviews and other news about the examination that you're going to take. Lemery, Batangas. Okay. Misamis, Cagayan. Leyte. Maguindanao. Davao de Oro. Antique. Cebu City, right? So we will begin po at exactly 7 p.m. Pagpatak po ng alas 7 ng gabi, and we will start now with our review. I hope you have received the copy of your review materials in advance para for those of you na merong time this Saturday ay makatry naman kayo ng ating items on your own. Kasi sometimes we might be a little bit too fast sa pace. If that happens, please let me know. Oh, meron din tayo from UAE. Ayan. From Batangas. Good eve po sa lahat, sa mga kakajoin lang po. Please do like, follow, and subscribe to all of our pages in order for you to be updated whenever we have some news and some announcements regarding your examinations. And please be a part of our Facebook group for the civil service examination in order for you to have full access to all of the materials that we have for your review. Ayan. So we will begin in a minute. Ayan. We also have from Ahuy, Iloilo, Negros Oriental, Iligan City. Once again, good evening, everyone. And I hope you're ready as we are about to prepare or we're about to begin our review. Okay, so let's begin. Ayan. So directions, just solve the following problems and choose a number corresponding to the correct answer. If there is no answer, choose 5. So yung i-answer po natin ay 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 at hindi po yung actual answer na nandoon po sa choice. So 1, 2, 3, 4 po or 5, right? And also, please write your comments, your answers in the comment section para po makita natin how fast we get to solve and kung gaano po kadami yung nakaka-answer po. Okay? So I'll be waiting for your answers. Let's try the very first item. Please write your answers po sa comment section natin. Item number 1. Yung answer ni JC ay may answer si JC. Pa-share po ng number that corresponds to your answer. And if may nakita po kayong pattern, baka pwede nyo na rin ma-share kung ano po ba yung pattern na nakikita ninyo. Okay, I'm seeing some 2. May nakikita rin akong 4. Ayan. Right? Sige po. Ano po ba yung nakikita ninyong pattern? Ayan, ang dami-dami nag-answer ng 2. Tapos meron din nag-answer ng 3. Meron din nag-answer ng 4. Okay, ano po ba yung pattern na nakikita natin? How come we got these answers? Ayan po. Sige, so meron tayo from one of our Facebook users. We're actually just keep on adding certain numbers. Di po ba? Nag-add lang po tayo. Ito po. Sandali, papalitan ko yung kulay para kitang-kita siya. So this one, when you are looking for patterns, you are trying to assess yung relationship between succeeding numbers. Hindi po ba? Yun po yung patterns natin. Sandali, hindi na naman gumagana yung ating... Okay, let's do this. So for this one, as you can see, there's a difference na plus 10. Tapos dito, ano po nangyari? Plus 12, plus 14, plus 16. So we expect that for the next one, it has to be plus 18, which means that the number here should be 70 plus 18, 88. So tama po yung mga nakasagot ng item 2. Ayan. So marami po naka-identify. So let's try our hand at another patterns item. Ayan po. How about this one? Item number 2 na po tayo. Please share your answer in the comment section for this one. Okay, I'm seeing answers from Faye, from Joe, from some of our Facebook users. Medyo magkakaiba po yung answer. Some are saying na 3, others are saying 2. Ano po yung patterns na nakikita ninyo that led you to those answers para po malaman natin? Okay, may nag-answer din ng 1. So 1, 3, 2 are the popular answers, it seems. Pwede kay JC, 4 times 2. Okay. Sige, can we have more? Medyo marami-rami na rin yung sumasagot. Ayan. Pero yung answers po natin ay masyadong nagkakaiba. So can you revisit? Can I request everyone to revisit your answers? Kasi masyado pong magkakaiba yung answers ninyo. Age problem. Ay, parang wala po yata ako na-include. Pag may extra time po tayo mamaya sa isa nating Facebook user dito, magdadagdag po tayo ng age problem. Don't worry po. Tingnan natin. Ilan ba yung viewers natin para malaman natin kung gaano? Ayan, so 298 viewers. So, sige, eto, let's do this. So, ano po ba yung patterns na nakikita ninyo? So, let's try to see muna kung ano yung present na patterns, right? So, for now, meron tayo dito, and we're missing a number in between. So, ibig sabihin, there's another pattern here, and then here, right? So, for now, ang nakikita nating pattern, maybe let's try addition, right? Sa Facebook na user natin na humihingi ng copy, this was given to all the members of the group. So, nagbigay po at in advance yung problem natin. So, ito, plus 4. Tapos, ito po, dito, it's going to be, asan na ba tayo? This is plus 32. So, we're missing dalawang space dito, right? So, dalawang patterns dito. What do you think should be the missing patterns here? So, ang sabi dito ni Ms. Faye ay, yung patterns ay 4, 8, 16, 32. Let's try. 4, 8, 16, 32. Does the pattern make sense? First is plus 4 times 2 plus 8. So, i-times 2 mo siya, nagiging plus 16. And then, i-times 2 mo siya. Then, ayan na siya sa plus 32. Ayan. So, this pattern seems to make sense. Let us check. 28 plus 8 is 36. 36 plus 16 is 52. Ayan. So, it holds sa ating pattern. Para po ma-make sure ninyo na tama yung pattern, you don't just check yung ganito. I-check nyo rin yung karugtong para siguradong-sigurado kayo na tama yung pattern ninyo. But in this case, tama po siya. Our pattern here is leading us to item number 3. Ayan. If we don't have questions and clarifications, let's proceed to the next number in our series. Okay? Next item po. Sa mga kaka-join lang po, good evening sa inyong lahat. Please share our link for tonight sa mga friends at kakilala ninyong kukuha rin po ng examination para mas malawak po ang naaabot ng Gurong Pinoy at mas marami po ang pwede nating tulungan for our review tonight. Please do share your answers here in the comment section so that we can see how far along you are in our answering or in developing our skills. Ano po? Sige, makikita rin po ninyo dito sa comment section if your answers are similar to those of others. Usually kasi kapag marami kayong kaparehong sagot, chances are you got the correct answer, right? Pero pag masyadong iba po yung answer ninyo, second guess na po tayo. Huwag po kayong mahihiya na mag-post ng answer ninyo even if you think it's wrong, even if your answer is different from the others, okay? This is an exercise po of us getting a little bit more confident in our answers. Di po ba? Sometimes the most popular answer is not the correct one, right? So please do try to push yourselves forward and post your answers. Ano po? Okay? So ano kaya yung pattern na pwede nating makita dito? So if you try to look for the pattern, consecutive numbers, pag sinabi mong consecutive numbers, yung magkakasunod, kapag tinrayo po yung magkakasunod na numbers, possibly wala kayong masyadong makitang pattern. Ano po? But you might find a pattern by skipping. So we could try to skip it in this manner. Ito po. So skip natin like this. Sandali. Ayan. So we could skip it like this. Ayan. And then, a different pattern naman po, yun nandito sa baba. So you could try that way or something else. Ano po? So in my case, this is how I see the pattern. Alam niyo po, some people might be seeing different patterns, but usually we still end up with the same correct answer because kahit magkakaiba yung pattern, same pa rin po in the end yung result niya. So what I see here personally is that for the one sa top, yung sa green one, nagdadagdag po ng dalawa. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, while here below, the pattern is that we keep on subtracting 3. So we expect that our next number here is going to be 23, and the next number follows the one above. So that's 23 plus 2, that's going to be 25. So the next number here is dalawang number po sa series, and that is item number 2. Ayan, sa mga nakakuha po ng correct answer, congratulations! Ayan, let's try po yung another item. So you really have to be confident in trying out your answers. Ano po? The more you get confident in answering, then the more confident you also become during the actual test. So huwag po kayong mahihiya, and huwag po natin na minamata lang yung items natin. Because mathematics, numerical reasoning, these are skill-based po na mga items. So you really have to practice it. So hindi po na tingin-tingin lang. You really have to practice solving. You really have to do it yourselves. Ano po? So item number 4. Okay. So may nakikitang pattern si JC. Yung nakikita ni JC, ayan. Is it ba? Yun nga ba? Sure na ba tayo dyan? Is it plus 2 minus 1? Paki-share po kung anong answer niyo sa item number 4. Ayun. So, yes, tama na po yan, JC. So, if you've seen the pattern, what do you think would be the answer to this one? Interestingly, medyo varied masyado ang answers natin. That's very, very interesting. I think this is the last patterns item, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think this is the last patterns item. Okay, so let's get our hand on answering this one. So again, it's skipping. As you see, parang may pairs tayo dyan ng letters. And what's happening here is the first letter, these ones, meron po silang pattern. And as you can see, yan po ay from A is the first letter of the alphabet, C is the third letter, E is the fifth letter, so on and so forth. So what you're seeing are odd numbered letters of the alphabet. So A is 1, C is 2, E is 3, G is 5. Sorry. Mali. C is 3, E is 5, G is 7. So i-expect po natin na sa next po, we will have the 9th letter and then the 11th letter. Anong letters po yan? Ano po yung 9th and 11th letters of your alphabet? So those are going to be letters I at saka K. Ano po? So that means na lahat sila possible pa rin na answer. So we shouldn't have bothered pala doon sa first letter kasi pareho lang naman sila, consistent. Let's try looking at this one. So Z is your 26th letter. Ano po? So Z is your 26th letter, and then X is ikailang letter po siya. It's your 24th letter. Yung V po is your 22nd letter of the alphabet. T is the 20th. So we are expecting here the 18th and then the 16th letters of your alphabet, which gives us R and P. So the correct answer for this item is going to be item 1. Ayan. So, patterns po, we have to practice seeing patterns in different manners po. And we really have to confirm your answers. Wag lang po na isang daan lang po ng item ha. You really have to confirm each and every one of them para sure tayo. Sometimes the items given to you, very similar po yung choices. So you really have to kailangan mabusisi po tayo and trying to check our answers, right? So let's try item number 5. 18 less than 7 times the number of sandwiches is 269. How many sandwiches are there? So ayan, sa mga kaka-join lang po, good evening po sa ulit. Paki-share po ng ating link sa mga friends nating kukuha na hindi pa po nanonood ngayon or paki-tag na lang po sila dyan sa ating comment section. And then paki-like, follow, and subscribe na rin po para updated kayo whenever we have some news and some new materials posted. Jeneline Silva, yes. When you try to answer items po, do not spend so much time in a single item. When you sense na masyado po kayong matagal sa isang item, skip. Even if alam nyo kaya nyo siyang sagutan. Remember, you have many more items you have to answer. But I think Miss Jeneline here is speaking about math sa Gen Ed. So that is Gen Ed, you are talking about licensure examination for teachers, but hindi po ganyan yung setup sa civil service examination. Kasi sa civil service examination po, parang halos equally distributed po yung number of items natin dyan. So, hindi natin siya pwedeng skip. Yung setup po kasi doon sa may Gen Ed sa licensure examination for teachers, naka-mixed yung items. But in the civil service examination, naka-lump po yan per subtopic. So, ayaw naman po nating mabokya in the entire subtopic of mathematics. Please share pa rin po. Can we have more of your answers? Parang konti pa lang po yung nakaka-share. In my time when I took the examination, the bulk of the items was English and then mathematics. Kapareho po sila na lumabas. So, it goes po for all of other types of items, kahit ano man po yung topic. If you feel that you're spending way too much time in a single item, kahit kaya niyo pa po siyang isolve, skip po muna if masyado na po kayong matagal. Try to answer other items that might be easier. And then, pag may time po kayo later, balikan nyo na lang po. So you don't waste too much time. Okay. So at this point, let us try to assess and read through the problem properly. Try po muna natin kung gagana yung stylus natin. Okay? So 18 less than 7 times the number of sandwiches is 269. So whenever you have word problems like this, the very first word that I want to or phrase to look for is this one. Sorry, my stylus is no longer working. So whenever you see the word is, ang ibig sabihin po niyan equals. So try to identify that first. Kasi yan yung maghahati ng equation ninyo into two equal parts. So ibig sabihin you have a left-hand side of the equation and the right-hand side of the equation. So yan na po yung equal sign natin. Ibig sabihin, pag meron na kayong equal sign, wala na kayong other symbols like this, or this, or this, or this. Ano po? Kasi, isa lang po yan dapat in your equation or inequality. Dapat isa lang po sa kanila ang mag-a-appear dyan. So if you see the word is, equal sign, you eliminate the chances that anything else below, any of these will happen. Wala na pong pag-asa. Ito na lang po siya. It's going to be equal sign na po. Ayan. So let's remove all these na. Ayan. So let's try the left-hand side of the equation. Now, you have here phrases like 18 less than, and then you have 7 times the number of sandwiches. Okay? So we are talking of, yung unknown po natin dito is sandwiches. So usually, another clue that I look for when I am reading a problem is, ito po, yung of. When you keep on seeing the of, it indicates po that you are talking of your something, a process that you need to do, right? So yung of po, yung pinaka-last po ng of, yun usually yung main subject natin dito sa item natin. So we are talking of sandwiches. So 7 times the number of sandwiches. Ito po siya. 7 and unknown. Let's call that x. Ano po yung 18 less than? 18 less than, ang ibig sabihin po niyan ay minus 18. 18 less than is minus 18. Pag sinabing 18 is less than, it would have been 18 is less than. Pag wala pong is, pag less than lang, it means subtraction po. Okay? Another thing about this is when you see phrases like more than, less than, they appear first in the sentence, pero last po sila sa equation. Ito lang po yung only phrases in equations that are particular sa placement nila. They are placed at the start, but they are in the actual equation should be at the end of your equation there, of your part of your equation. Everything else you could do phrase by phrase from left to right, except for less than, more than, less, more, mga ganyan. So how do I write this equation now? Our left-hand side is, you have 7 times the number, tapos may 18 less than. So this, should be written as 7 times a number, 18 less than, is 269. So, 269 lang siya. So, once you've had that working equation, then madali na lang po for us to try to manipulate this equation. So, what we can do is, let's isolate yung may variable. So, dapat mas solo si 7x dito. So, yung 18x lipat sa kabila. Pag lilipat siya, crossing the equal sign po, mag-change siya ng sign. So, you will have 7x is equal to 287. And then isolate x again, divide by 7, divide by 7. So your x is going to be the correct answer, which is 41, item number 2. Ayan po. So careful po tayo when we are translating. My main suggestion is always look for what describes your equation. Kung merong is or is equal to, yun po yung uunahin natin. And then from left to right na po tayo. Okay? Let's try the next one. If you have questions, clarifications, or you want to be a little bit more specific in some items, please let me know in our comment section para naman po updated tayo at matutulungan po natin kayo in trying to address your issues or concerns with specific items. For those po nakaka-join lang, let me summarize lang yung answers natin. So for items 1 to 5, ito po. Item number 1 is choice 4. Item number 2 is choice 3. Item number 3 is choice 2. Item number 4 is option 1. And item number 5 is option 2. So we are now in item number 6. Please do share your answers here in the comment section. So, radicals po tayo ngayon. Minsan po kasi may mga konti tayong items sa radicals. Oh, by the way, if there's anyone here who is a part of the licensure examination for teachers na group, dalawa po yung simultaneous na reviews tonight. Meron pong review na ito, which is mainly for civil service examination, na pwede rin naman sa LET na Gen Ed, po. Pero meron din pong separate review na para talaga sa licensure examination for teachers. So, paki-review po, baka napunta tayo sa maling group, po. Kasi parang the licensure examination for teachers, they're gearing towards the final coaching na kasi. So, review po natin doon sa Facebook group ninyo kung ano po yung tamang link. Although, pwede rin naman po kayo magstay dito kasi may mathematics din naman po sa Gen Ed. Right, so item number 6, marami-rami na rin ang nakaka-share. Ayan, so let us do a little bit of a review when you're doing your radicals. Mind you, not all the time na yung pag-phrase nila ng items doon sa may civil service examination ay tamang-tama po, What am I trying to say? Dapat po, 'di ba, yung square root meron yang ganyan sa taas. Pero minsan po kasi yung sa mga examinations, hindi po nila nalalagay yung full na symbol. Mahirap po kasi siyang i-render. So, please bear na lang po with the items kung hindi kumpleto yung makikita ninyong items doon sa actual examination. Practice na lang po natin, yung ganyan. But how do we deal with radicals? So ito po yung radicals. Medyo special po yung pag-treat sa kanila. When you are facing radicals, kung ano po yung items outside the radicals, then you could combine them. And then yung inside the radicals, you could combine them also. So you treat radicals also sometimes like variables, okay? If you are trying to add or subtract radicals, you cannot combine them unless pareho po yung index, yung item nyo sa loob, yung radicand din nyo sa loob. Ito po. Dapat pareho po sila in order for you to combine them using addition or subtraction. Okay? But if you're trying to do multiplication or division, then pwede po silang directly you could do your method. So what's happening here is you have your multiplication, right? If you're trying to multiply them, then we could straightforward do it. And we end up with 6 times 2, which is 12. Di po ba? But square root of 12, this is not yet the simplified form. So, if we are looking for the simplified form of this, you need to take out or extract yung factors niya na pwede pa nating mas-square root. So, ano po kaya? 12 is also known as 2 times 6 or 3 times 4. Ano po? So, we are going to use 3 times 4. Kasi yung isa dyan, yung 4, may square root pa siya. Ano po? So, yung mga perfect square na items, pwede nating mapalabas. Pag pinapalabas po natin siya doon sa may radical natin, we get the square root version, which is, the square root of 4 is 2. So, yung 4 natin nagiging 2, tapos yung natitira sa loob ay yung square root of 3, which means that the correct answer for this item will have to be this one. So you have to be very, very careful in your radicals and your fractions. As much as possible, do simplify. Okay? So common errors po sa item na to, you have to be very careful with this one. If you didn't simplify, you might have answered 2. If mali yung pagpapalabas mo ng square root of 4, you might have answered 4. Okay? So paki-review po ng concepts natin on radicals if medyo iba yung answer natin dito. You may take a screen cap of this item para you can take a closer look with this later. If you have questions again and clarifications, please don't hesitate to let me know here in our comment section. While for those of you who already got the correct answer, we could move on with item number 7. Okay. Item number 7 is a little bit tedious. Ano po? But mind you, we actually got this specific item as a sample from one of the items na nag-appear na po before sa isang civil service examination. And sometimes po, nagre-repeat sila ng questions doon sa civil service examination. So it really helps po if you have access to review centers or like Gurong Pinoy na meron po mga access sa mga previous na mga items and could really help you take a look at, review you with kung ano po talaga yung mga lumabas na dati. So kami po na mga reviewers, we are basing the items first and foremost from our personal experience kasi kumuha na rin po kami and nakapasa na rin po kami sa civil service examination. And also, we also have materials from Gurong Pinoy which gives us kung ano po yung mga lumabas before na mga items and nag-curate po kung ano yung mga lumabas before, ano yung mga commonly lumalabas na mga items, and we could really tailor the items na binibigay namin sa inyo. So, yung pinapractice po natin ay hindi po siya random lang na items, but items that are very, very similar to what has been given before in civil service examination. Yan po yung advantage na nabibigay sa inyo ng review groups rather than just doing on your own. Justin is asking, paano kung gagawin kung addition and subtraction sa radical? So while some of you are still solving yung item number 7, let me just show some addition and subtraction ng radicals dito sa baba ha. So everyone else, please continue lang po answering item number 7. So let's have an example po. What if you have, say, for example, let's have a random example here. Pasensya na po, hindi po gumagana yung stylus ko, so you have to bear with my finger writing. Let's have, say, 2 square root of 3 plus square root of 3 minus 3 square root of 2. Ayan. So if you are trying to solve for radicals, as mentioned, if addition or subtraction, you can only combine if pareho po yung item sa loob, yung radical mo sa loob. Pag magkaiba, you cannot combine. So with this specific item, you see a square root of 3 here and square root of 3, you could combine them. Yung isa po, square root of 2, hindi. So what we are going to do here is we're going to combine 2 square root of 3 plus square root of 3. Pag wala po kayo makitang number sa labas, ibig sabihin that's a 1. So 2 plus 1, we're combining the ones outside. That is going to give us 3. And then you maintain the radical, square root of 3. Parang you're treating it like a variable, right? So ayan. So we're done with this, and i-copy na lang po natin yung minus 3 square root of 2. Ayan po siya. So that's how you solve for your addition and subtraction. You have to make sure na pareho yung radical inside before you can do any operation. Pag magkaiba, hindi po. In contrast, pag multiplication and division, pwede po kayong mag-deal with radicals kahit magkaiba sa loob. Okay? So, ayan. Isipin lang po natin pag addition or subtraction, treat it like a variable po. Okay? Ayan. So, number 7, can we have more answers po? I think parang kakaunti pa lang yung nakaka-answer. And medyo nagkakaiba po ang answers natin. So, can we please have more answers here? Item number 7, pa-share po ng answers niyo dito sa comment section. Justine, okay na ba tayo? Okay. So before we proceed, just to give you a little bit of a hint. How ang divisibility rules po, I hope you can still recall the divisibility rules that I gave to you a few weeks now. By the way, that's easily Googleable. Makikita niyo po siya sa Google. Okay na si Miss Justine. So, when you are trying to do that, recall lang po natin yung divisibility rules. Ano nga ulit yung divisibility rules ng 4 and 10? Let me delete lang po ito. Ano nga ulit yung divisibility rules ng 4 and 10? Yung 10 po, divisibility rule niya is that it should end with 0. Then you know that it is divisible by 10. Ayan. Yung 4 naman, if you recall, yung rule ng 4 ay the last 2 digits should be divisible by 4. Ano po? So if you're trying to answer this, let's look for the numbers that are divisible by 4 and then by 10. Unahin po natin si 10 kasi mas mabilis siya, right? So ano kaya yung mga numbers dito na divisible by 10? So anything that ends with 0 should be divisible by 10. Okay? So careful po tayo ha. By the way, wording. Or. Divisible by 4 or 10. Ano pong ibig sabihin pag or? Pag or po, we just need to add yung divisible by 4, tsaka pwede ring ma-divide sa 10. So pwedeng 4 lang, pwedeng 10 lang, pwedeng pareho. Yun po yung ibig sabihin ng or dito. But if you see end, ang ibig sabihin po ng end, it has to be divisible by both 4 and 10 at the same time. Yun po ibig sabihin niya. Dahil or po, pwedeng 1 or both. Ano po? So let us try to list ano kaya yung numbers na divisible by 10. So anything that is between 197 and 303 that ends with 0. So we could try listing, right? So pag or po, let's try listing the numbers divisible by 10. Then you will have 197, that's we next get 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, and 300. Yun po yung divisible by 10, di po ba? How about yung divisible by 4? So, the last 2 digits should be divisible din po siya by 4. So, after 197, let's try. Ano po kaya yung divisible by 4 yung last 2 digits? 97, 98, hindi po yung divisible by 4. 99, 200. So, you have 200. And then, 04, 08, 12, 12, 16, 20. Ayan. And then, we keep on repeating this one. So, magiging 2, 20. Let me copy this po. Lipat ko po yung 220 dito. Kasi meron na siyang pattern. to 20. Tapos, 2 to 4, parang nagiging kapareho po siya sa taas. 2 to 8, so on and so forth. So, we end next magiging 240. And so on. Tapos, 260. And then, 280. And then, ang 300, tapos 304 na yung next. Ayan. So, we could now start counting. Ilan po yung tingnan po muna natin kasi baka may mga common na pwede nating ma-delete. Ito po, merong 200 dito kay 4, meron ding 200 kay 10. So, delete ko po ito dito para isang beses lang po natin siya na-count. 220, they share 220. Delete ko po siya kay 10 para isang beses lang ma-count. Si 240 na ulit, si 260 na ulit, si 280, tsaka si 300. So, ilan na lang yung factors ni 10, yung divisible kay 10. So, ito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, meron tayong 5 dito. Bilangin natin yung nandito kay 4. So, ito, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 siya. Tapos, nauulit siya here. So, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Ano po? So, 5 times natin siyang uulitin. That's 25 plus 300. So, ibig sabihin 4 has 26. And in total, we end up getting 31. So, this is a type of problem na if you can recognize patterns, mas mabilis po ninyo siyang masasolve. Ano po? So you might have other ways of figuring out patterns, but this is also a type of problem that is time consuming. So this is one problem that if you feel you're spending way too much time, feel free to skip. Balikan lang po ninyo later if you think that after solving everything else in the test, may time pa po kayo, balikan niyo siya. Okay? Kasi hindi rin naman po when you're trying to solve items, it's not about really showing that you can solve it. It's really about solving it in the most expedite manner. So you don't have to do the most complete of methods. You just have to solve it correctly and as fast as you can. So take shortcuts if you can. Yung shortcut po dito, JC, is when you are looking for patterns. Pag nakikita niyo yung patterns, what I did was a little bit long. Pero it takes you practice of understanding divisibility rules. If you understand divisibility rules, mas madali mo nakukuha yung patterns. Wala kasi masyadong shortcut dyan eh. Yun lang yung disadvantage. What you could do perhaps is, divisible by 10, alam mo na 10 yan siya and a 100. Pero you still have to compare yung similar numbers. So, okay lang kung isang number lang yung hinahanap na factors. Pwede natin siya i-shortcut. Kaso dalawa eh. So, you still have to list and compare kasi baka madoble yung nahahanap ninyo. Okay? So, that's there are some items that will be time consuming. So, try to remember that item kasi minsan na yung lumabas doon sa civil service examination. Malay nyo maulit. Ano po? Okay, so item number 8, ang dami-dami na po ng sumasagot and it seems that you're answering the same item, right? So it's good to know na medyo well-reviewed na po yung PEMDAS natin, right? So with this item, we have to simplify. Remember your PEMDAS? Sulat ko lang po para po sa benefit ng lahat. Parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, and then addition, subtraction. But yung MD at yung AS are interchangeable. So whichever comes first between MD, kung D man yung nauna, pwede siya. At saka yung AS, kung subtraction man nauna sa addition, siya yung unahin. So yan po yung mga rules na kailangan nating tandaan. It's not just PEMDAS, but the fact that MD and AS are interchangeable. Okay, so as we can see, walang parentheses, let's do exponent. So let's start with the exponent. This is 16. So we have here, meron tayong 12 plus 48 divided by 16. So we have to work with, sandali. So let's do this. 48 divided by 16, that is 3. So we have 12 plus 3, And that is indeed, ayan, item 2. Ma'am Annali, pa-review po. Iba po yung answer natin. Ayan. So it seems most of us are getting the same answer. Sa mga hindi, balik-balik lang po. Review lang po tayo ng kaunti. I'm seeing a few of you getting number 4. So, recall lang po natin yung PEMDAS. Ayan. Let's try item number 9. So we have around 262 viewers. So, request po sa lahat ng mga viewers natin kung pwede po tayong mag-comment ng mga answers natin para naman ma-practice natin yung pagiging more confident and taking accountability po doon sa ating answers. And para ma-make sure po natin na talagang nagsosolve po kayo on your own. Again, kasi yung math, hindi po siya pwedeng minamata lang natin at tinitingnan natin, ito siguro yan, ganyan siguro. You really have to practice it. It's a skills-based item. So what we're doing, continuous practicing, what this can do is help you improve para po malaman ninyo yung mga methods na hindi nyo alam before, ma-encounter ninyo yung items paulit-ulit, then malalaman nyo na how to solve next time. And also, this actually improves your speed. So kapag inuulit nyo po, you keep on practicing mathematics, mas bumibilis po kayo in answering the problem. So, wag po kayo mahiya na mag-answer, mag-comment dito para po mas napapractice natin yung skills ninyo. Okay? So, what do we have for item number 9? Let me see. Can we have more answers, please? Medyo kakaunti pa lang po. And let's give a little bit of time then para everyone will have the chance to really practice this one. So yung hint po natin dito is when you're trying to solve for this item, how do we deal with it? So we want to know how much must be cut from the edge of a piece of glass in order for it to fit in an opening that is 14.34 centimeters. So width lang, di ba? So it's just one dimension. You're talking about one dimension lang. 16 and 1/8 centimeters wide, pagkakasya sa 14 and 3/4 wide. So para kumasya, we have to remove a bit of it. We have to cut something from it. So the process involved here is simply subtraction. Ano po? So if we are to subtract, then we need to do 16 and 1/8 minus 14 and 3/4. So you might have done the process a little bit differently, but there's a way for you to avoid dealing with big numbers. So a little bit of technique po dito. As you can see, yung fraction po dito is 16 and 1/8 tsaka 14 and 3/4. Now, in order for you to solve fractions, usually what we do is we try to make them improper fractions. Ano po? But if you do that, you're going to be dealing with a very large number because 16 times 8 plus 1, that's how you do improper, right? And then the next one is 14 times 4 plus 3. So you're going to be dealing with very, very large fractions. What we need to check first is, baka pwede naman nating isubtract directly. 1/8 and 3/4. Mas malaki si 3/4, so hindi talaga siya masasubtract. So one way to make this a little bit faster and less tedious is adjust lang natin ng kaunti. Konting-kaunti lang. So why not make this 15? Sandali, hindi na naman gumagana yung stylus ko. So, we have 15. Yung 1 po, ililipat ko dun sa 1/8, right? So, 1 and 1/8 is also known as your 9/8. That's what I'm going to do. I will not make an improper fraction from 16 and 1/8. Yung 1 lang po, binawas ko lang yung 1 from the whole number and yun lang po yung ginawa kong improper fraction. Right? And then yung second one, minus 14, 3/4 po siya let us make it a similar fraction dun sa kabila para pwede tayo mag-subtract. So, yung 3/4, if you will try to make it have a denominator of 8, then, ano po? 8 divided by 4 times 3 is going to be 6. Ayan. And now we can do your subtraction. So you could subtract 15 minus 4 is 1. And then 9 eighths minus 6. 9 minus 6 is 3 over, retain your denominator. Ayan po siya. So that is so much faster kesa nag-improper kayo na 16 times 1 plus times 8 plus 1, mga ganyan. Masyado siyang time consuming. So our correct answer here is going to be, medyo varied masyado ang answer natin. It's going to be 1 and 3/8. I wonder why. Okay. So, this is one way for you po to make your solving faster. You don't have to do the traditional way of subtracting fractions every single time. Sometimes may mga paraan po para mas mapabilis siya. Okay? You don't have to convert everything into improper fraction. Okay? So, ito po, mas mabilis siya. And not just that, you will not be dealing with very large numbers. Okay? Sige. So, you might want to take a screen cap of that para yung sunod po ninyong pag-solve ng fractions. May inspiration kayo to try to think outside the box. Okay? Let's have the next item, 10. Ito, this one is another radical na situation. Kalma lang po, Miss May. Practice, practice, practice. Yun po talaga yung Miss Veronica, paano naging 6/8? Sige, while sumasagot yung iba dito. 3/4 kasi po. Tapos yung fraction sa kabila, kanina was 8 yung denominator. Para masubtract natin, dapat similar fraction sila, hindi ba? So if you're trying to convert something, convert into similar fraction. So yung denominator mo na 8, divide mo lang sa denominator dito, multiply sa taas, you will get 6. Equal po sila. 3/4 and 6/8 are the same fraction. Ginawa lang natin na 6/8 para po maging pareho sa kabila. Yung isa pang question natin dito is from 16 and 1/8, paano nagkaroon ng 9/8? Ginawa ko kasi kanina, yung 16, binawasan ko ng isa. So it became 15. Tapos, yung 1/8, anong nangyari ay naging 1 and 1/8. Nilipat ko po yung 1 doon sa 1/8. Tapos this part here, make it improper. So 1 times 8 is 8 plus 1. This is equal to 9/8. Hindi po ba? Ayan, equal po siya. So your new fraction now is 15 and 9/8. Why did I do that? Para lang mas madali mag-subtract. Kasi yung 9/8, pwede ko masubtract yung 6/8 sa kanya, di po ba? But I cannot do that with 1/8 kasi mas malaki si 6/8 sa kanya. So kailangan ko lang palakihan yung naunang fraction. So I did that by borrowing 1 from the whole number. Nilipat ko siya sa fraction. Another way po is just doing it traditionally. If you're not comfortable with this method, then simply convert 16 yung gawin lang po ninyo yung traditional method. This is, sandali. So ano po yung traditional method natin? That is 16 times 8. That is, convert it into 129 over 8 minus, ano yung isa? 14 times 4. 56 plus 3, that is 59 over 4. You could do that. Pwede rin po. Kaso masyadong malaki yung number. So, mabagal po kayo dyan. Okay. Can we have more from number 10? Parang kakaunti pa lang po yung nakikita ko. Yeah, I think I'm seeing like less than 10 answers pa lang for item number 10. Pa-share po ulit. Can we have more? Ayan. Don't hesitate po ha to ask if kailangan natin ng clarification. Nandito po tayo para maliwanagan. So, when in doubt, ask. Doon po tayo nag-learn, right? Yes, sa user natin na si Loki, practice talaga. Practice po talaga yung kailangan natin sa math. Hindi po siya nadadala sa tingin-tingin lang or like just listening to our review. So you really have to practice it on your own. Okay? Number 10. I think we're seeing enough for number 10. Sige. Let's try answering number 10. So, eto na. I think some of you are asking for more items kanina for radicals. Eto na po siya. So, how do we deal with this? As you can see, we're doing a subtraction or addition of radicals. Yung sinabi ko kanina, you cannot do that if your radicals don't have the same actual and radicand inside. Kapag magkaiba po yung radicand sa loob, you cannot perform addition or subtraction, right? However, pwede po pala siyang masimplify. Ito po. Ito kasing si 3 square root of 20 can be simplified. Right? Yung square root of 20 can be, let us rewrite this. This is negative 3 square root of 20 is also known as 4 times 5. Right? And then, pwede po nating mapalabas si 4. Right? So, you have square root of 3 and then, yung 4 po sa loob, pwedeng lumabas. The square root of 4 is 2. So, pag lumabas po si 4, nagiging 2 na siya. Pag lumabas si 4 sa square root, it becomes 2. Ano yung natira sa loob? It's 5. Right? So, this becomes, yung ending po nito, this becomes negative 6 square root of 5. Yan po siya. Yung first item natin, first radical natin. So, it means we are dealing with negative 6 square root of 5. Tapos, copy natin yung other item, which is square root of minus square root of 5. Ayan. So, we now have the same radical. Pwede na po tayo mag-addition or subtraction. So, how do we do that? For your addition and subtraction, copy nyo lang po yung radical. Now, what we have to do is deal with minus 6 tsaka minus blank po, ano? Kapag blank siya, it means it's 1. So, minus 6, negative 6 minus 1 is, of course, similar signs, add 7, copy the sign of the larger number, negative. So, the correct answer here is going to be, ayan, interestingly, maraming sumagot ng item number 2. So, baka na-confuse po tayo, nag-subtract tayo. Ano po? Please remember that for addition and subtraction, if you are seeing the same signs, you have to add, right? If you are seeing different signs, you have to subtract. Pareho po kasing minus. So you have to add. So that's our rule for addition and subtraction. Same signs, add. Different signs, subtract. Ano po yung sign ng final answer? Copy the sign of the larger digit. In this case, the larger digit was 6, so we copy the sign there. Yun po. Copy the sign of the larger digit, always. Same add, minus minus or plus plus, add po yan. Pag different, plus minus or minus plus, dun po tayo magsasubtract. Okay, practice lang po tayo ng PEMDAS. Alam niyo po kasi yung PEMDAS, madali lang naman yung rules sabihin, pero minsan, pag pinapractice na natin, medyo confusing siya. So what you need is lots of experience when it comes doon sa my PEMDAS, lots of practice, develop your skill para po mas nasasanay tayo. We become more prone to carelessness kapag minimemorize lang natin or iniisip lang natin yung rule pero hindi natin siya ginagawa masyado, hindi natin pinapractice. So, ayun. Yes, Artneil, tama yung ginawa mo. So, kailangan po talaga practice po kayo. And not just that, you should also really take time to look at, join reviews, various reviews, or even sometimes po, you could look up more items online. Make sure lang po ninyo na may mga answer key po yung pinapractice niyo online para ma-check din naman po ninyo na tama yung ginagawa natin, right? So, here we go. Item number 11. This can take a little bit long. Please don't hesitate to share your answers. So, once again, if do share our link to your other friends sa Kuha po para mas malawak yung naaabot natin. And please tell them to join your Facebook groups para naman may full access sila sa video. Kasi if you're not part po of the group, I think you only get to view the first 30 minutes of the video. Ayan. So, exclusive po sa members ng group natin yung full access natin sa video. Ayan, it seems that quite a lot of you are already giving the answer here. So, do we have more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ay, naku, 5 pa lang po. Oh, for the major. That's great. Yes. Math major kayo, Arthniel? So, secondary math, ano? I took the licensure examination for teachers. Secondary major in math, no, 2019 pa yun. 2019 lang, ayan. And it was thanks to Gurongpinoy kasi they gave me access talaga to lots and lots of materials, and that really helped me review. Kasi po, halos yung major po na nireview ko, yung specific item na sabi sa akin ng Gurong Pinoy, you have to review these specific tests or these specific years. Yun po talaga yung lumabas. As in, halos maraming items po sa major lumabas talaga. Tapos habang nagre-review, habang nag-a-answer, naririnig ko yung boses ni Ma'am Mek in the Gen Ed and the Prof Ed. Parang naririnig ko siya during the review. Kasi ang dami-daming lumalabas. So you really have to join the reviews. It helps a lot po. So, number 11, ayan, ang dami-daming nag-answer. Laban lang, Mamaris. Konti lang naman yung item sa Gen Ed, pero it helps kapag pandagdag po talaga sa rating natin kapag na-answer natin sila. So, we have now, practice lang man po. Okay, let's try to assess the item now. In the Shelbyville election, the Republican candidate, so let's break down the problem into various parts. Republican candidate received 1.5 times. 1.5 times as many votes as the Democrat candidate. 1.5 ng Democrat. Ayan. So, meron po tayong 1.5. Sulat ko po talaga R is 1.5 or 1.5. Pwede rin. 1.5 ni Democrat. Ayan. Next po, meron tayong si Democrat candidate naman received 1/3 more votes than the independent candidate. Pag ako po nag-answer po ako ng word problem, actually, I would use multicolored pens tapos in-encircle ko and underline ko to make sure na makuha ko sila properly. But in this case, your Democrat is equal to, ano nga ulit yun? 1/3 more. Pag more, ibig sabihin plus po. So, 1/3 more ng independent candidate. So, independent candidate plus 1/3 more, 1/3 ng independent. Ayan yung nakuha ni Democrat candidate. And then finally, your independent candidate, 900 votes, sarado. Ayan. So, your independent candidate got 900. So, kapag 900 sa independent, ibig sabihin kaya na natin isolve si Democrat. So, that is 900 plus 1/3 ng independent. Ano po yung 1/3 ng independent? Yung 1/3 ng 900, that is going to be 300, di po ba? So, 900 plus 300, ibig sabihin 1,200 yung si Democrat natin. Okay? Napunta na tayo kay Republican. So, yung Republican candidate natin is 1.5 ni Democrat, isa't kalahati. So, yung isa is isa't kalahati. So, that's 1, 2 plus kalahati. That's going to be 1,800, item number 4. So, let's review. Ayan, marami-rami na rin nakakakuha ng correct item. If at some point you felt that I was a bit too fast, like for example, hindi pa kayo tapos mag-solve, tapos nagbibigay na ako ng answer, please let me know po para ma-adjust tayo. Okay? And if may clarifications, don't hesitate to ask po. Para baliwanagan tayo. Now we have number 12. Low-key, but ang tatalino ng brain cells nyo. It's not about that. Sometimes it's about where your talents and skills lie. Sometimes yung iba talaga sa atin, mas inclined towards math. Yung iba towards arts, towards social science. And it helps po na kami na mga math major, we're doing mathematics almost every single day of our life. Ginagawa namin siya. Mas praktisado lang po kami. So, it's not about brain cells. Kapag practice po kayo ng practice, nag-i-improve din po yung math skills niyo. Normal lang yan, especially if you're taking the civil service examination tapos hindi ka fresh graduate. So, it must have been a very, very long time since you've done mathematics, di ba? So, kapag hindi ka math major, so konti na lang yung math mo sa college, expected talaga na medyo hindi na kayo ganun kabilis sa math, hindi kayo ganun kagaling. Kasi kulang lang sa practice, kulang sa skills. So, kaya kailangan nating mag-review para ma-practice. Ganyan din naman yan, regardless of your major. Makakalimutan mo talaga yung mga bagay na hindi mo masyadong finiface, right? So, kung gusto niyo pong makalimot, wag po nating balik-balikan ang kailangang kalimutan. In reverse, kung gusto niyo pong maalala yung lessons niyo, review po natin, balik-balikan po natin from time to time. Practice natin. Ayan. Oh, marami na nakakasagot ng item number 12. The question, how many flowers are needed to border a rectangular garden? Keyword is border. So we're just talking of the edge, right? So it means we're just talking of around your garden. It has to be perimeter. Okay? So keywords lang. You don't have to delve too deep on that. Keywords lang. Let's try number 13. By the way, summary po sa mga hindi nakaka-capture ng lahat na answers natin kanina. Yung summary po, 6 to 10. Item number 6 was option 3. Item number 7 was option 2. Item number 8 was option 2. Item number 9 was option 3. And item number 10 was option 3 also. Tapos yung kakatapos lang natin, item number 11 was item 4 and item number 12 was option 2. So we are now on item number 13. Ayan. So yes, Athanrol, tama. Border or around, ayan. When you hear words border, around, surrounds, that is perimeter. You're just talking of the edge. But when you're talking about within, inside, okay, that's your area. Malalaman mo rin yan based on what types of dimensions you have. Kapag tatlo na po yung dimension, like length with height, volume na po yan. Kapag dalawa, it's either area or perimeter. Okay? So let's take a look at your item number 13. Marami-rami na rin yung nakakapagsagot ng item number 13. Okay. So this one is an 8 estimation problem, right? So we want to estimate yung area ng square garden natin is 85 square meters. So estimate daw natin yung side length ng garden. Yung given po kasi sa atin is whole numbers, right? So it helps po if you